My name's Clint, and this is Tiffany.
We're here to tell our story.
West Virginia, we had a 12 by 36 cottage. We lived off grid. Yep. You know, we pumped our water up out of the ground. We had an outhouse.
We had to leave it.
We were self-sufficient there. We wasn't like struggling or camping. We had a wood stove, an outdoor kitchen. We had natural gas. You know, we planted grapes, blueberries, blackberries, all that stuff that you can have yearly to harvest. So you ain't got to go back into town that often. You don't, and people, it would sometimes be 2 weeks. No one would come see us. No. But we were okay, We collected our rainwater, because we had solar. So we had internet and stuff, but we had to always watch our voltage. I, would call my kids every day, so we'd make sure we saved the voltage for a light, a lamp, and to be able to use the Wi-Fi. But it was good, but we had to come, the task at hand, we had to come back here to be able to get my kids because they weren't going to move them over state lines. So we knew it would be a fight. We've been here a year and a half, and we went through losing everything we brought, thousands of dollars, credit cards taken out in her name by people, and they used us. I mean, we literally, she tried to commit suicide. I saved her. She was, just hard times. We hit bottom. We was both drinking vodka, half gallon a day and a half. It was just the lows because we felt so bad about the situation, but just ended up in the woods, in a tent, camping. It was cold. We didn't have no one to help us. So that's when I decided to stop drinking. The friend that we was camping on his property, he took notion. He was, he understood the situation. He agreed to let us stay there for 6 to 12 months for free, just to get established. So we're grateful for that, and
because we've been able to rebuild our life now, and it's turning around.
But
we met new people who are amazing.
Get involved. You gotta go to town, like you said. You gotta get a hold of your people. It starts in the household. If there's absent parent, that's the first thing. But from there, it's school. The very next influencer is school, the teachers. After that, it's us, churches. I'm not so much. I helped in my church, but even if it was just to help, I help. So it's teaching. That's just why I want to be able to show my kids and other kids that you can do stuff like this and get fulfillment and ease and peace of mind. That's a band-aid on things. We know where Team Challenge is. It's a long-term Christian-based rehab facility our church is tied really good into.
Mission Teens.
Mission Teens, thank you. We can help anyone. Plus, I know about the New Jersey Substance Abuse Initiative. We'll help anyone that needs it. They know exactly what they got to do. I'd buy their last fix if it would get them to go. I waited till February. I call them back. I'm like, hey, so what's up with her getting a psychological evaluation? Because we don't need the psychiatric. Okay, they're like, she's on the waiting list. We're on the waiting list from October, so you just hang tight. So we wait all the way to July for them to tell us, well, we don't do parental fitness and psychological evaluations here, so if you would like, we can try to start scheduling you towards an intake for medication management. We had been fighting for that. Ended up, they wouldn't accept her insurance, so time went on. She had a couple mental breaks. Well, the police had to come out 3 different times. They take her to Inspira. Next morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, I'd have to go pick her up. This happened they said, follow up with recommendations, right? You go to set her up with a therapist. She had Medicare, not Medicaid. That didn't work. They didn't have a therapist accept it. So because of that, they wouldn't do an intake. She didn't have no medicine. At that point, her pain management doctor started prescribing her medicine. And I noticed after about 3 weeks of it, her demeanor changed. When you live with someone day in and day out, you know them. And it started to change, right? So we went back. Everything normal went back to pain management. He upped her. That's the only thing he did. At that point, she was having these moments of panic and stuff, and just almost anxiety attacks. So finally, she just weaned off and stopped taking it because, you know, it just wasn't working, and he kept upping her. We weren't getting the help we needed. You know, I didn't feel at any point that a pain management doctor should have been prescribing that medicine to her. You know, we just couldn't, he was just trying to help. We couldn't get in healthcare commons, you know. Ultimately, she had these, she went to the ER, she had these mental health breaks because of not getting the services that she needed. Bipolar, you know, we were aware of it. You know, she's got an ongoing struggle to get back to her kids, and like I said, with the evaluation and all, you know, it was $6,000 they're trying to charge us at other places to call and get it done. She gave up hope. She gave up hope. No one come in time. You know, we finally got her in to healthcare commons, but she's since then got all these legal charges. See about getting her into Inspira. Well, they told me to stand away. They took her to jail. They put a restraining order on her against that address and me because she bit me. It still stands in place, the restraining order. We're still ongoing fighting it. You know, I'm her medical directive. The only help we've gotten, she has these charges. The only other help we've gotten is what we've gotten herself. Pain management doctor that should not have been prescribing antipsychotic drugs to someone. That's not his profession. Let us down. She's still to this day doesn't have intensive case management. They turned her down for pre-trial intervention. You know, everyone was aware of this situation. They had multiple, probably 4 interventions with her leading up to this. These evaluations done to build the case with paperwork, paper trails showing that we've advocated for help, and we were let down in this state. And the way that she was handled, it was just, you know, she's not the only one that this has happened to. You know, to try to create this barrier of safety between what they're doing, because a criminal call and a mental health crisis, 2 very, very different things that they're not trained to handle. You know, I don't want this cop's job, his career, but I would just like some training and some justice for her and closure, you know.